everyone, it's Amanda here from E Cigarettes Junction to review yet another e-cigarette kit for you. Today we'll be reviewing the Smoketip. Now let's go ahead and get into packaging. So as for the packaging, it's very basic. It's just a nice, almost matte black and has the Smoketip logo on it. Now, it's not exactly what you would call fancy, and for some people that may be good, and for some people they might not like that. But I prefer something that's a bit more basic. It's easier to gift, because if somebody doesn't want something that's fancy, or even somebody that prefers fancy things, a basic gift is always better than something they may not like that's frivolous. So it's nice that it's basic, but I also like that it opens up with a flip top that's more advanced and more detailed than just the normal flip top that flips in the front. It actually is like a box with the top opening, and it brings to mind presents and things like that, and it is more detailed, and I feel that it would be a lot harder to break or drop and damage. So the packaging is very nice, and I think that that's definitely a plus for the Smoketip kit. So the first thing you come to in the Smoketip e-cigarette kit is a user's manual, although it's not really a manual, it's more of an instructions card. And this card is very simple in the fact that it's not a manual that flips open and is very extravagant, and it has everything that's necessary without all of the flourishes. So it's very simple, very basic, and yet very thorough. If this is a gift for somebody and they hadn't been introduced to e-cigarettes before, this e-cigarette kit and the fact that it's on a card and it's very simple will be a huge plus. And even if it's not a gift and it's just for you, anybody, even a beginner with e-cigarettes, will appreciate an instructions card. So keep your eye out for that. As for the inside of the Smoketip e-cigarette kit, after the instructions manual, we came across the wall charger. Now, it's contained in a small bag, and any kind of e-cigarette that comes with anything shrink wrapped or wrapped is good. It adds protection in shipping and also minimizes contact with it before you get it. So it's not touched as much, which is a comfort for some people. So when you pull it out of the shrink wrap, it's just a very basic wall charger. Now, there's not a lot of bells and whistles that can be put on a wall charger. So we'll look at size. This one's relatively small, not very bulky at all. It won't take up much of a wall unit, so you don't have to worry about it taking up 2 plugs instead of 1. And on the bottom is the USB plug, where you would plug your USB to charge your cigarette. Now, one bell and whistle that is very good on a wall charger is the light right here. It's very small, but it tells you not only that the charger is working, but also usually when the e-cigarette is charged. So you're not waiting and guessing and accidentally leaving your home with a half-charged e-cigarette. So from the bells and whistles that are available on wall chargers, these are a couple to look for. So the next thing we came to in the e-cigarette kit is the USB charger. Now this one is very small and also includes a little light that will indicate when your e-cigarette charger is working and when your e-cigarette battery is charged. So that's very nice. Now you would plug this USB end into the bottom of your wall charger, and then you would plug that into the wall and your battery here to charge it. Or you could skip a step and plug your USB charger into your computer and then your e-cigarette. So it's small, compact, and useful in the fact that it utilizes 2 different charging ways. So let's go ahead and move on to the rest. Now, as for the cartridges, which is probably what you're worried about, these come in what we call blisters, and they pop out by pressing so that you have very fresh cartridges. They haven't been exposed to a lot of air, and nobody else has touched them, so it's a definite cleanliness plus. Now, Some people might think it's bad that these aren't just directly in your kit. They do come in the kit, but there are places on the inside of the kit where you pull these out of the blisters and then put them in the slots so that you have them readily available. Or you could choose to keep them in the blisters until you choose to use them. Now this kit comes with a total of 6 cartridges. This is 5, and then 1 cartridge is actually loose in the kit itself. This e-cigarette kit comes with 2 batteries, and they are both shrink wrapped, as you can tell, in a wrapper. Like I said before, this is great for people who are worried about cleanliness and for minimizing contact before you receive the e-cigarette kit. Now, these are very basic. They're both the exact same length. They have a gray tip, and they look a lot like a traditional cigarette in the fact that they are white. So if you're looking for an e-cigarette that won't scream e-cigarette and you want to look a bit more traditional, this is definitely an e-cigarette that could work for that. It does have the Smoketip logo on it so that you can talk to people about it. And other than that, it's just fairly simple, a battery. Now let's talk about the most important thing with an e-cigarette, and that's flavor. This e-cigarette cartridge is long lasting and it tastes phenomenal. Once you've smoked it and exhaled, it leaves a slight candied, sugary taste in your mouth. And while that might not be for everybody, for me it was definitely a great enjoyment. It gives just enough nicotine to get by and fulfill you well without overloading on the nicotine. I don't feel like I'm inhaling a whole bunch. So it's definitely nice that it's long lasting and fulfilling all in one cartridge. As for the verdict, this e-cigarette kit from Smoketip gets a 5 out of 5 from me because of the fact that the packaging, although simple, is effective when, for damage control and you drop it or anything like that. Because of the simplicity, it makes a great gift. The flavoring is phenomenal and the batteries are long lasting. The chargers are simple and it comes with an instruction card to help any newbies. So this e-cigarette kit gets a 5 out of 5 from me.